Welcome to Thoroughbred Action at Gulfstream Park. Brian Natta with you on a beautiful Saturday here. We've got 11 races, a couple of two-year-old races, a half-brother to Latruska running on the card, $150,000 in the gross jackpot, Rainbow Six. We'll turn it over to track announcer Pete Aiello for the course and the weather conditions.
First race, first half of the early daily double, the start of the 50-cent early pick 5. In the first race, scratch number 11, El Rocio, and scratch the 14, Impetuous Soul. 11 and 14 withdrawn. We have a rider change on number 1, Go Christian. Make the rider Joe Trejos. Racing at Gulfstream. From the center, Corporate Affair gets the first call and fires to the early lead from Anything But Subtle, who's away in second. Toward the inside, it's JP Cornetta moving into the top flight, Nippon. Poetic Code is between horses. Holding down the rail is Go Christian. In between horses goes King D. Voice of Now is on his outside and tucking in his first team. As they sort themselves out around the first turn, it's a gap of another 2.5 to Papa Charles, and JT's my boy at the back. Up front, Corporate Affair and Jason Huayas winging out here. They've opened a 7-length lead. Second isn't Anything But Subtle. He's got 5 or 6 on Nippon, who's together with JP Cornetta, their third and fourth. From the rail, let's Go Christian. In between horses goes Poetic Code. He's about 7 lengths off the speed. Out wide on the course and Voice of Now trying to improve with an inside lane, his first team. He's racing together with King D, then Eden Paradise through a 46-3 opening half mile. Into the far turn they go. They've yet to reach Corporate Affair. He's still going with a 7-length head start. From the outside and now moving up is Poetic Code. Nippon sent into action. JP Cornetta holds down the fence. First team rallies inside of Voice of Now. Go Christian drops back. The complexion changes as Corporate Affair is dropped anchor to the top of the stretch. It's now on the outside Poetic Code who surfaces to take the lead. JP Cornetta tries to fight back second. Nippon is now third. Looking for racing room. Eden Paradise. Nippon has dropped back toward the inside first team with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Poetic Code roused on the top end, but JP Cornetta is up for a fight and kicks right back. King D down the center with Voice of Now. They come past the 16th pole. On the outside, Poetic Code can't get by JP Cornetta. JP Cornetta holds on to win it. JP Cornetta pinned his ears and said, nope, Poetic Code, you'll have to settle for another day. They covered the course in 1:43 and 1. They are off and running. Good start for Thrilling Baby from between horses. Ridden for the early lead, American Empress takes 2 to Wiggle. She has speed on the stretch out. Raspberry Ballet is mid-flight. The 2 at the back, Ellery Zeaston and Thrilling Baby. Out of the chute, onto the main track, Joe Trejos. He wanted American Empress on the lead, and she's there now. She leads by a length. Improving between horses is Kenya Sun. Deep on the course is Raspberry Ballet. Takes 2 to Wiggle, is down toward the rail. A gap of another 2 lengths back to Ellery Zeaston, together with her stablemate Thrilling Baby. Truly is second last, and Montana Joyce, she had a good start, but she's last a long way. The opening quarter was 24 seconds flat. Down the backstretch they go. The leader is still American Empress. She's a length and a half better than an improving Kenya Sun between horses. At the rail, takes 2 to Wiggle. Just patiently handled as the big favorite. Raspberry Ballet under Jose Morelos is bidding up boldly now. She's up into a joint second while not asked to quicken. Thrilling Baby is next ahead of Ellery Zeaston. That's all for Truly. And Montana Joyce has been outrun throughout as they run to the top of the stretch. Here comes Raspberry Ballet. She hasn't been asked to quicken, and she's up to challenge for the lead. Back to third in Kenya Sun, 3 back to Ellery Zeaston, then it takes 2 to Wiggle. There's a 1/4 of a mile remaining here. Raspberry Ballet threatening to blow this wide open. She's still yet to quicken, and she's in front now, getting away from American Empress, who's back to second. Kenya Sun and Ellery Zeaston are next, with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Jockey Jose Morelos bids this field a pleasant Saturday good afternoon on Raspberry Ballet, who's in front and striding clear. Raspberry Ballet, 3 to 5, and home easy. Raspberry Ballet in front. Second is Kenya Sun. Third is American Empress. Fourth is Ellery Zeaston. Then Thrilling Baby.
As an owner, I love the Breeders' Cup winning your in series.
To win one of these challenge series is a way that we kind of map out our schedule throughout the year with our horses.
So if we're considering two different races and one was a win and you're in and one was a not, then I think that would be the tiebreaker for us.
Automatic berth takes a lot of pressure off.
Breeders' Cup Challenge, win, and you're in.
And they're up. Level beginning. Soon after the start, it was Super Duper Ready who hits the ground running and looks for the early lead. From the far outside gate, Pretty Devil looking to work over, and she'll land second. From the inside, Katniss is now third. Hurry Up Deer's an early fourth. 3 wide for Disco Queen. The 2 at the back, She's Sky High and Crooklyn. They have the second choice to catch, Super Duper Ready, who settles into a length and a half advantage over Pretty Devil in second. Katniss is third at the rail. On hold fourth is Hurry Up Deer. Perez has her in the 2 path, about 4 lengths behind. On her outside, it's Disco Queen, then She's Sky High, who stakes parked at the rail, and the trailer is Crooklyn. The opening quarter was cozy, 25 and 2. There's less than 5 furlongs to run in the race. The leader is Super Duper Ready. She's yet to face a threat. She leads by a length. Katniss Figueroa trying to make a mid-race move. He works into the clear, and he's going on the attack now with Pretty Devil a 3 wide third. From fourth, that's Hurry Up Deer. Saving ground and improving is She's Sky High, then back to an unhurried Disco Queen. Still at the back, the trailer is Crooklyn. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Now there's 3 furlongs to go. It's Super Duper Ready in front to half a length. From the outside, that's Pretty Devil now second. Hurry Up Deer, 3 wide and grinding home third. Katniss is now fourth, and She's Sky High and Disco Queen as they run to the top of the stretch. 3/4, 1:15 and 3 with the advantage. It's Super Duper Ready. She turns for home, threatening to blow it open. She's open to 4-length lead now. Hurry Up Deer is there second. From the outside, Disco Queen. From between horses, She's Sky High. 1/8 of a mile to go. It's still Super Duper Ready in front. From the outside, She's Sky High tries to get into second with Hurry Up Deer right alongside. Super Duper Ready close to home. Super Duper Ready, indeed. Well prepared by Diane. Off the claim to win a length and a quarter. Second, the other favorite, Hurry Up Deer. Third was She's Sky High. 45 left. And they're off. Terrible start for Carollo, 4 lengths last. Excellent start for Della Croce, who heads off for the early lead. Here comes Midnight Onyx. Midnight Onyx is fleet-footed to stick a neck in front. Della Croce alongside in second. Caddyman is between horses in the clear. His eyes on the king with the favorite Prudencio next at the rail. A gap of 3 to Depoli, a gap of 5 more to Classic Bourbon, and Carollo is last. Half a mile away, Della Croce now strides forward and takes the lead. Here's a sharp move from Depoli on the outside. And here comes Depoli, moving up boldly now, 4 wide. Edwin Gonzalez not expecting that, so Eyes on the King got shuffled back to 4th. Then it's a gap of another 2 to Caddyman. This big favorite, Prudencio, is in a ton of trouble as he's dropped better than 8 lengths behind. They run to the top of the stretch with a sharp and decisive move. It's now Depoli who takes the lead and opens up by 2.5. Caddyman tries to run home inside of Eyes on the King, who's trying to get another effort going. 3/16 to go. Depoli has the lead, but he's flattening out a touch. Now here's the run from the outside. Eyes on the King takes aim. He shifts gears, and he's going to run by. Eyes on the King has taken the lead. Depoli made a move that was a bit premature, and he'll have to settle for a minor placing. Eyes on the King to win it by 4 in the end. Depoli did get second. Della Croce third. Prudencio lackluster. He was 4th. 1:12 and 4. From between horses, 61 was quick into stride. Moving to him is Fulton Street from the fence. Cool Star is away in good shape. He's out in the center with Onward Austin just to his inside. Double Blessing looking for racing room out at the rail in Grand Andrews. Second last is Sandy Dude, and the trailer is Congrats Again. Out of the chute onto the main track, it's Fulton Street in front 3/4 of a length. He has him stacked and packed behind him with Onward Austin the closest pursuer. Cool Star's on his outside. Then 61. Double Blessings in a bit tight while racing between horses. Grand Andrews improves at the rail. These top flight runners are 5 ahead of Sandy Dude, who's 4 ahead of the trailer Congrats Again. Opening quarter, 23 and 3. They have less than 5 furlongs to run. Fulton Street has the lead by 2. Second position belongs to Onward Austin. On the outside, Cool Star. Third, Grand Andrews. Making a bit of progress fourth at the rail. 61 has dropped back. Likewise for Double Blessing. The other two have never been involved as Fulton Street is 40-1, and he's going to try to bottom out the field here. Kevin Krieger and Fulton Street at the 5/16. They lead by 2.5 lengths. Zayas working overtime on Cool Star, who is gaining some ground. Down at the rail, it's Onward Austin. On for a little renewed energy is 61. Sandy Dude from the back. Fulton Street still going. 3/4, 111-3. Fulton Street, not only is he still going, he's opened up on him. Fulton Street in the midst of a 40-1 romp. Fulton Street by 7, by 8, and still moving away. Cool Star wondered what happened. Sandy Dude charging at him. It's a big upset. It's Fulton Street easily. Cool Star does get second. Sandy Dude is third. 61 ran fourth. And Congrats Again. 138-2. And they're off. Squeezed back at the break was Boldness. At the rail, C Trident comes out firing, but Ain't Wasting Time's going to run with him, and these two go quickly from Hard Bell, who's into the top flight while between horses. Floating out in the center is Royal Kitten, moving through inside. That's High Yield Kitten. Down at the rail goes Boldness. Then it's a length and a half to Mr. Tito's, and the early trailer is Chucky. Out of the chute onto the main track, the leader is C Trident, but only narrowly. He's got him stacked and packed across the course. High Yield Kitten toward the rail. Ain't Wasting Time is there. So is Hard Bell. So is Chucky. He's 5 wide on the outside, covered up by Royal Kitten. Drafting behind the speed, Mr. Tito's. And now the trailer is Mr. Sarcastic. That's the 9 of them with 4.5 furlongs to the finish. Jose Morelos nursing the speed of C Trident. He now strides forward a touch to lead by a length. Chucky's on the far outside. Hard Bell 3 wide, 8 Wasting Time in the 2-path. 2.5 more to Royal Kitten, who improves around High Yield Kitten. Trying to rally from there is Mr. Tito's as they round the far turn. 4 wide, Chucky. 3 wide, Hard Bell. Battling hard at the rail is C Trident in between horses. Ain't Wasting Time. Leonel Reyes, he's got Mr. Tito's rolling 5th, but he'll have to angle for racing room. That'll float out Royal Kitten, and they're at the top of the stretch. Plenty of chances here. Mr. Tito's under a full head of steam on the grandstand side as C Trident drifts into Hard Bell, who drifts into Chucky. 1/8 of a mile to go. C Trident has the lead. Hard Bell's not getting by. Mr. Tito's still has a shot down the center, but C Trident still has a kick. Mr. Tito's lunging at him. C Trident drifts some more. Mr. Tito's second. C Trident crosses the line on top. Second was Mr. Tito's. Third was Hard Bell in the 6th. over and moving away. And they're off. Awkward beginning for Belts and Brooks, and that did Brooklyn's finest no favors at all. Good start out wide for Live is Life, who's headed off for the early lead. Belts and Brooks is up to challenge. Smooth Rico has speed, and so does Mr. American. So 4 across the course, and they're going pretty quick. They have 3 on race favorite Peregrino G, who is outside of Chacharero. The 2 at the back make them tap, and Brooklyn's finest. Less than 6 furlongs to run on the race. The quarter time was 24-1. There are 3 across the course. Live as Life is on the far outside. Belts and Brooks is between horses, and Smooth Rico is along the rail. These top 3, they've opened 3. On Mr. American, who floats way out in the center, Peregrino G has to decide if he wants to follow him or duck toward the inside. Chacharero is toward the rail, still at the back. Make him tap, and Brooklyn's finest. Half a mile away, 47 seconds for a half-mile speed. Live is Life. Looks like he can take Belts and Brooks whenever he wants. And that might be a problem for everybody else as the gap is getting bigger and bigger behind the top duo. Driven and now up into third is Peregrino G. So he's underway, but he's got a lot of ground to make up and Live is Life to get. Live is Life to the quarter pole. He has one rival, and I mean only one rival to fight off. It's the favorite Peregrino G, who's up into second. Belts and Brooks is now third after 3 quarters. In 1:13 flat, Live is Life now 3/16 from home and 5 on top. Peregrino G continues to charge at him. Now there's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Chantel Sutherland trying to get one more furlong from Live is Life. Peregrino G finishing up. Live is Life needs the wire. Peregrino G surging to him. Here's the wire. It's going to be tight. It's going to be too close to call. That's entirely too close to call. Live is Life digging, surging Peregrino G. It's a win photo at 140-1. And they're off. Awkward start for Exchange Day at the back. Good start for Mamba on 3. A better start for Hope and Him, and he fires forward. B by the sea, hunting the 2-path. He'll have to move over now as this favorite is coming over on the 2nd and 3rd horses. As they head to the half-mile point, it's Hope and Him in front. Second is Mamba on 3. They got Vasquez. Now he's got the rail spot. He's racing in 3rd on B by the sea, but he's a bit headstrong. As Camacho trying to tighten him up. From 4th, that's Richie. From 5th, it's Loyal Louie. Then back to Exchange Day, and Trini Summer is last. Around the far turn at the 5/16, Hope and Him by a length and a quarter. Mamba on 3 is their second. Richie moving up on the outside at the rail. That's B by the sea with a 1/4 mile remaining. Mamba on 3 under very confident handling. Turns for home on top. Hope and Him tries to counterpoint second. Over the top, it's Richie. From between horses and B by the sea, there's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Up front, Mamba on 3. He's in front with very little dangers. In fact, no dangers at all. Second is B by the sea. Mamba on 3 in front. Second is B by the sea, closer for third. Either Richie or a charging Exchange Day, 103 and 4. And they're off. Leaping in the air at the break was More Glory. Poema could not have broke any better. She establishes a clear lead without really trying. Here's a challenge early, though, for her, as Anna's Dream is sent through at the rail to land second. Allura Moore is now third in between horses and Our Fantasy. Deep on the course and chasing Happiness, working 4 ahead of Sea Art. And out the back, Starship Nugget. Last horse out, the slow starting More Glory. They're under the half-mile point. Everything going the way of Poema so far. She's even money into the half-mile point, clear a length and a quarter. Anna's Dream is second. Toward the outside, Our Fantasy is now third. Allura Moore is at the rail fourth. Back to fifth goes Chasing Happiness, 6 ahead of Sea Art. Then it's Starship Nugget and More Glory at the back. Around the far turn they go. Poema still has the lead and is still cruising up front. Allura Moore is asked to quicken and gets up into second with Our Fantasy on her outside third. Anna's Dream has called it an afternoon pretty early today. Passed outside by Chasing Happiness. Running home from the back, here's a run from Sea Art. There's a quarter of a mile left to go. Poema through a 44-4 opening half mile. She did that pretty easy though. We'll see what she has in reserve. She turns for home on top 2.5. Allura Moore still second. Sea Art charging down the center. Crunch time for Poema. She's a 16th from home, but her strides are shortening. Sea Art surges forward on the outside. Here's Sea Art. She powers past at 14-1. Poema was a good try second. Third was Allura Moore. Fourth was Our Fantasy, then Starship Nugget. And they're off. She's second in the two-path. Ground on her inside. Race. A quarter of a mile to go, and he's 6 on top. It's last of the 12 as they roll into the backstretch.
Strategic speed. Some speed at 2, but can carry it on through their later careers.
Improbable, full of run.
Improbable, now a grade 1 winner.
It is a complete runaway, an authoritative run.
It's Improbable to win the Whitney.
And they're off. At the rail, Russian to Win was away quickly. KC Chief being sent for the lead. Granny Makes Sense working over from her outside draw. Away fourth and Valiant Avenger. Out deep on the course is Sun Viking, not as deep as Invisible War. Kazamba's Candy dropped back to last to try to save some ground. Just ahead of him are Night Jumper and Honesto. In the run around the first turn, they all defer and let KC Chief kick on. He leads a length and a half. Granny Makes Sense is second. Russian to Win is at the rail third. Sun Viking giving up valuable real estate while out in the clear. In between horses and Valiant Avenger. Widest of all through the early stages here has been Invisible War. A length better than Honesto, then Night Jumper, and Kazamba's Candy is last. The opening quarter was 25 seconds flat. Edgar Perez trying to harness the speed of KC Chief, who has the lead. Granny Makes Sense is second. 3 wide Sun Viking, 4 wide Invisible War. He's been roughed up early. Down at the inside, it's Russian to Win together with Valiant Avenger and Honesto. A length and a half to Night Jumper and 3 to the trailer, Kazamba's Candy. 49-3 for the opening half mile. KC Chief continues to have the lead, but there's a host of pursuers just in behind. Second, Granny Makes Sense. 3 wide Sun Viking, 4 wide Invisible War. He hasn't seen the inside rail since they stepped onto the Tapeta, but he's still right there on the outside, and Night Jumper comes alive. He's going to follow the move of Invisible War. Honesto looks to get lucky. Kazamba's Candy comes around as they straighten for home. Who do you like here? It's KC Chief, still the target. From the clear now, Night Jumper charging under Edgar Zayas down at the rail and Valiant Avenger. 1/8 of a mile to go. On the outside, it's Night Jumper surfacing at the right time. He's on to take over while confidently handled and pushed out to victory. Night Jumper for Darsan Inc. to win going away. KC Chief was second. Invisible War third. Valiant Avenger finished fourth in 1:44-2. and runners away. Amazing Trip was off mid-flight. Hotline to Heaven. She's quick off the blocks and she leads early. Rushing between horses, Truly Ambitious. Maybe Lucky and Wild is at the rail. Up on the outside, here's the favorite, Amazing Trip. Anita's Empire is not far away. Ducking over is the gray. That's Adios Babe. She's about 4 lengths behind. A length and a half then to Look Up to Heaven. The 2 lagging behind are Little Belita and Arete's Chalice. Into the far turn through a 22-2 opening quarter. It's Hotline to Heaven in front by a length. On the outside, Amazing Trip is there second. That's all for Truly Ambitious. Here's Adios Babe bidding up 3 wide on the outside. Maybe Lucky and Wild is at the rail trying to run home again. It's Anita's Empire as they run to the top of the stretch. 3 wide. Here's Adios Babe. Amazing Trip's going to have to do a ton better than that. In fact, she's all done. Running home from the back is Anita's Empire, and they're at the top of the stretch. 45-3 for the opening half mile. It's Adios Babe trying to turn back to challenge from Anita's Empire. 1/8 of a mile to go. Adios Babe kicks willingly. Down the center, Anita's Empire gaining. 1/8 of a mile to go. It's still Adios Babe in front. Anita's Empire's no longer making any progress. Adios Babe close to home. Adios Babe in front. Anita's Empire second. Third was maybe Lucky and Wild. Close after that, either Arete's Chalice or Amazing Trip.
And that's a wrap on the 11-race Saturday card. We'll be back with you. 10 races to wrap up the racing week on Sunday. We've got a really good overnight handicap for the veterans to spice up the card. Hope to see you out here.